Hello all, good morning. Thank you for joining my vlog. So today primarily we'll be talking about the touring setup on this bike. So for touring I have three options. I have a Vietara tank bag which I will show you in soon. I have a Vietara Raptor tail bag. I have a Givi top box mount. So the difference between the Givi top box mount and the Vietara bag, which I will show you soon. So this is basically the Givi top box setup. So this you can configure on any bike. So all you have to do is go to their portal or go to their website, pick your brand of motorcycle and the specific model, and then you can pick based on your need. For my bike, I thought top box is the best option. Saddleback, I don't. It's not my choice. So I went for top box setup. So similarly for all naked bikes or classic cruiser, you can pick accordingly. So the setup is pretty simple. You will have three components. One is this, which is basically mounted on the rear grab rail, which I will show you in detail. So this is how it is mounted. This is setup 1 which you have to do, and then you have to mount this bar. Then you have to mount this bar which has 2 screws, and then you have to mount the plate. So this is the one which holds the top box for you. And don't mind about the birds noise and the background noise. There are a lot of background noise behind me. Please bear with me. So yeah. So this you cannot customize, choose based on your choice. No, this will be these two, which means this setup 1, this part as well as this part. This will be based on your motorcycle. So Givi has done their analysis and then they came up with these two parts. So when you pick up the motorcycle, they will suggest you these are the 2 items which go along with your motorcycle. So for street triple, this is the option. For if you see Kawasaki Z900, that will have a different option. Similarly, for each bikes, they will have a different setup. These 2 parts. If you see Triumph Bonneville, they will also have a different setup. So based on your motorcycle, they will have different configuration for these 2. And about the plates, once you get these 2 parts, you can pick the plates. I believe usually it will be 2 to 3 or 4 options you will have. Like this is M7 plate. You also have options like M5 or other series like aluminum series, like you see in the Tigers. They will be pretty slim and strong as well. I opted for M7 because this looks better with my bike. So I thought this goes along with my motorcycle. It doesn't feel that different from the motorcycle. So that's why I picked the M7 plates. This is basically a black finished one. It's not a metal one. This is a similar material which you see here and all. That kind of material is this. And the system which I picked is a mono key system, wherein you can just mount the top box on these 2 clamps and then lock it here and then lock the key. That's it. Wherever you go, you just keep you can leave the top box in the bike and just lock it. You don't have to remove it and do all that. So that's the best part for top box. I will also show you the top box, how it is being mounted. So what I do is I just mount these ഇപ്പിടിക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ പിടിച്ചു കേട്ടോ. Okay, what I do is I just align the clamp over here, and then it's the clamp has been locked in, and this is the key, mono key system. All you do is just keep it unlocked. That's it. Now it's locked. So all you have to do is keep it and press it. It will get locked and lock it. That's all, nothing more. So if you lock it, even this gets locked, you cannot open this. Similarly, even this will not be able to open. Both will get locked. That's why it's called mono key system. So to unlock it, or if you want to remove the box, you just turn the key off. This is the button to unlock this box, and this is the button to unlock it from the mount. So you just press this and this will get opened. So this is basically a 47 liter capacity top box, which can basically hold a large size full face helmet sideways. I have tried it. I will put the pictures here. So I have tried it. It can hold a full face helmet together. And about the limitations, let me show you. So this is the details which they have mentioned. This is 47 liter. Basically, it can take up to 10 kgs of weight, and two full face helmet, as well as this is also water resistant, and lock key system. This specific box is named as V47TT Tech Pack, which has dark dark finish on these, as well as this is also dark. This also have a provision to mount LED strips, wherein you have to pay another 5,000 or so to get the brake lights, turn indicators and all that you can mount over here. That is possible, but I haven't opted for it. I just left it blank. So to remove the box, all you have to do is press this. If it is locked, you unlock it and then press this, and this will come off. So it is that easy. So wherever, if you are parking somewhere in an unknown place, you just need to unlock and take the keys off. You don't have to worry about anything. If it is a tail bag, that is the only difference I see. You have to untie everything, untie the bungee cord or whatever we are using. You have to untie everything and then take it with you. So the best part is you can just leave it with the bike. All you have to do is just lock and go. That's it. So to talk about pros and cons about this setup, I will compare it with the tail bags. So tail bags, you can carry more weight. It will not affect your dynamics. It will sit like a pillion on the rear seat. So it will not affect your riding dynamics much. And only difficulty which you face on that is like to untie and every time you stop you have to untie everything and all that, and you have to do the tagging again and again. So that is the only downside I see in the tail bag. Also, you cannot mount a full helmet on a tail bag, full faced helmet on a tail bag. So that is there. Okay, one good part about the tail bag is they'll be easy on our wallets, because that will cost you around anywhere between 3,000 to 6,000 or 7,000 based on the brand which you choose and all that. So that is there. Coming to top box, if you see, the box is mounted after your motorcycle body part ends. So there is impact on your dynamics that is there in this top box. So the default speed which you can take, the default speed which they suggest is 120 km per hour with the top box loaded, around 10 kgs and all that. How do you calculate is like you have the top box weight is around 4 kgs. This box alone is 4 kgs, and you can add another 10 kg on that. So total is around 14 to 15 kgs when you load it up. So what happens is, like when you ride the motorcycle, you will have a feel of somebody's pressing at the rear part of your motorcycle. That feel will be there constantly. So don't overload it too much. Keep it as light as possible, so it will not impact your dynamics much. And about the speed, I have tried up to 150 km per hour with the top box loaded up to 12 kgs. So how does it feel? So if it is not a windy day, it's a normal day, then you can ride comfortably up to 140, 150. It is fine. I didn't feel much of a wind blast on that. But if it is a windy day, you cannot go beyond 100 kilometers. It will push you around. The rider will be sitting up to here. Rider will be sitting up here, and there is a space in between wherein there will be some air, kind of circulation or some kind of feel where you will get impact on your dynamics. That is there on a heavy windy day above 100 kilometers. So if it is not windy, then it is fine. You can aram say push it up to 140, 150, no problem. Above 150, you will feel that the air is pushing your box, and you will feel that impact on your handlebars. So that is there. And the good part about this top box is you can load a lot of items on it, but keep the weight in limit. You can park your motorcycle anywhere, lock the box and go anywhere, so you don't have to worry about untagging or anything. So that is very convenient when you go for a longer trip. Even if you want to access your luggage or water bottle which is inside your top box, it is very easy. You just unlock it, pick it, drink it and keep it back, and then just move on. That's very convenient. Otherwise you have to untag your bag. I've used both, so that is why I'm sharing my experience with you guys. So when the water bottle is inside the tail bag, you have to untag everything and then unzip it and take it, drink it, and then keep it back and tag it, everything. But this is much easier, much convenient is what I felt. And the whole setup, how much does it cost? So the main question is here. I also opted this top box because I want my pillion to sit comfortably here. So whenever she sits here, she can comfortably lay on this and then travel. We can travel. So what happens is, usually when I accelerate, she usually goes behind it, and she is not that comfortable. After I added this top box, she is comfortably sitting behind. Of course, the seat is small. That is there. That difficulty will be still there, but still this is little more convenient for her to sit there and then travel. So that is good. Talking about the price, this is going to be on the expensive side based on what box you're going to pick and all that. So the total setup costed me around 36,000 or something, wherein this costed around 5,000 something. This frame and all that, 5,000. This M7 plate that cost around another 4,500 or 5,000 something. So depending upon the plate you pick, the cost will vary between 4,000 to 7,000, something like that. Aluminum plates usually cost little higher. For aluminum plates you will have an option with like black or aluminum finish, two options. For M7 plate it is black, which get along with the motorcycle. So I thought I will go for M7 plates. And the top box. So this would cost around 26, 27 or 25 based on the variant you pick. This is a mono key system. There is another system where you have a different keys for everything. So based on the variants you choose, you will have a different price for that. So the whole setup I got it from AutoKeen, wherein I did the configuration and all that on their portal. It is very easy. You just pick your bike, brand, bike, and top box. Then you can get that easily. So I gave the specification to the AutoKeen owner, and they got it for me. So it was easy. So that's the whole setup. I will also show you how to unmount or mount it. Since it is already mounted, I will show you how to unmount it so that you can vice versa understand how it is mounted as well. So if you, for your reference, I also share this is the part which I was saying. So this you have to mount it first, and then you have to mount this one, and all these will be included in the package. And these are the tools which had to get these extra, this one, this one, this one. This I don't require because this they have given, this is the drill bit. That is because they wanted us to put a hole on this frame, even though this frame. So but for Triumph Street 77765, these holes are factory built. Already factory has put all the holes because they want to mount the grab rails. So I don't have to do it. I just screw it on this. And all the instructions are clear and detailed, so you don't have to struggle. We can do it. The whole setup would take around I think it is 30 minutes top. So to start mounting or unmounting it, first I have to do is for street, this is specific to street triple. Okay, different bikes may have different way of mounting it, but most of them will have to remove their seats because in order to access these screws, you need to remove your seats. Let me remove my rear seat. So this is the rear seat. I have my rain pants inside, so I'll keep these apart. So there are screws which you need to, so this is the one screw which I was saying, this one. Similarly there is another one here. I am not sure whether you are able to see it. There is another screw in there. Similarly on this side you have to remove this screw and that one, this one. So which will give access to these two screws. So while mounting, you will be doing, first you will be removing the grab bars from here, and then you will put these on, and then you will mount these. Once these are firmly fitted, you can mount these, and then you will go for plate mounting. Okay, so that is how when you mount the setup, thus it is how it works. To unmount, this will go first, second and third, and then I will mount my grab rails. See, now the grab rails has been replaced. So this is where it was mounted earlier. All good. And this is the plate I was talking about. This is the M7 plate, solid piece. And then you have this mount which connects this and this. This is the one which stays here. This is the one which stays here like this. You know, once you remove this, will stay here. After that, the long bar will be connected, and then the plate. Now this is all removed. It's all removed. I have to put it back on this box, and these are the screws which I have used. The plate will require around 6 screws, which has been provided in the package, and the long bar would require 2 of them each, and then the base plate will require another 2 of them. So total this, and these are the tools which I bought it separately to mount these. Yep. That's all. Easily can be done.
And Givi also kind enough provided with their accessories book, which has all the box details for almost all the bikes, I believe. All the premium bikes they have covered in this.
Let me know if you need more details, or if you want step by step how to mount it, how to remove it. If you want a step by step video, I will also do that. Just let me know. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this is useful for you. Thank you for joining this vlog. Goodbye. See you in another video. Bye bye. And of course, it is not possible for me without my buddies. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Tata, bye bye.